So today, to start with, as I said, and I'm going to talk about a philosophy, and that philosophy is
that the most important aspect of our life, which has changed our life completely, and that is a mentor or a coach in life.
absolutely. So
Is it really important to have a mentor in life? Is it important to have a coach
yes,
to help you ace in your career? This is what we are going to discuss here today, friends.
nobody better than us know the importance of having, like, life is a ship, and we are all living in an ocean. Okay, now imagine an ocean, a huge ocean which is so vast, and everything looks same. It's so easy to get, it just get carried away. It's so easy to get lost. It's so vast, it's so massive. Now if the ship has to reach the destination, there is one thing that we need no matter what, and that is a compass.
Absolutely right.
And that compass is which shows direction to the ship and takes the ship to the destination. And that is exactly what we call is a mentor or a coach. The mentor and coach is a compass who ensures that our life is also going to reach to the destination that we want to reach.
So, dear friends, if you want to know why a mentor is important, I thought the best way to explain that is through our own lives.
Yes.
Did it really make a difference? Who can be a mentor? Who's a coach? What does he do in life? And no better example than my own husband, Dheeraj, on how having a mentor is really important.
Absolutely. So first 20 years of my life was almost wasted. Almost absolutely wasted, doing nothing, just wasting our own life, not studying, not doing anything, smoking, wasting my entire life. And that was the time I met my mentor. And he was the one who guided me. He was the one who time and again kept giving me direction, kept giving me direction, due to which today I'm leading this amazing life. And even now, till date, he's been mentoring me, he's been coaching me. It's been more than 28 years now that he's been there in my life. Had it been not for him, my life would have still been wasted. Today I'm leading such a meaningful, happy, fulfilled, successful life is because of his mentoring and coaching for the last 28 years.
Great. For me, I would like to share from my life. He spoke about his life changing with the presence of one person who really mentored him and guided me. I would like to take you through my career journey. So I really started my career with my favorite subject. So I was in love with the subject called as maths. That was my favorite subject, and that is how I wanted to pursue my career. When I decided to graduate in maths, everyone around me, like we always have people, right, to guide you, to give you suggestions and advice, whether it's relevant or not, doesn't really matter. They said, you'll have no career if you are specializing in maths. I didn't want to give up on maths, so I bought a middle way. What was the middle way? I found that there was a course in graduation, BSc in electronics, which gave me an opportunity to study my favorite subject in the third year.
Yeah.
So there I was into BSc electronics with only one requirement, that I'll be able to study maths. By the end of the first year, I was very sure that this is not the subject that I want to pursue, and definitely not want to pursue my career in this. By third year, I was 100% that I'm not doing MSc electronics. I can't just deal with it. I can't sit behind a box. For people who have studied electronics would know those times. It was about opening up a TV box and fixing up those capacitors, understanding what voltage goes through what is AC, DC, and it was really so boring. Then what? What next? You naturally have to do a post-graduation, right? That's the ultimate of your education. So whom did I really look at? My elder brother did his MBA. I thought that's the best route. So I started doing MBA. Now I did MBA in marketing. Can you believe this? An introvert like me, who doesn't know how to interact with people, didn't have great friends, decided to do MBA marketing. What happened after that? In the campus placement, I did not get a job because I couldn't clear my GD. I couldn't go through my PI, and I was left stranded, completing all the education, the best possible education in the country. I've done my BSc, I've done my MBA, and I'm jobless. So I started my career after doing an MBA with a two-wheeler Bajaj dealership. Can you believe that? You know, it's generally told once you finish an MBA, you're going to enter a corporate world. You're going to have an amazing cabin. You're going to sit there, and there your career, you go live there. Nothing of that happened with me. But then, because I took this call of going and joining in the first job, whatever that came my way, which was working with a Bajaj dealership, it took me away from my hometown. That was the first time I was away from my family and had no choice but to develop certain life skills.
Yep.
Today I understand they were life skills. That time I didn't know what it was.
Very true.
It was like if you're thrown into the water, you have no choice
But learn swimming.
but learn swimming. So I learned swimming in the ocean of life. I developed certain skills, made good relationship, amazingly clicked some great institutional orders, Reliance, Petrochemicals, which is in Hajira, Asian Paints, which is in Ankleshwar, Baroda Rayon, all these kind of great institutes. I picked up so many orders. There was such a huge transaction that the dealer had that people from Bajaj actually came to see who's making this difference.
Yeah.
The volume really tripled. And from there, my life started. The counterpart where I was dealing with financing those vehicles, that person came from Bombay, visited me, and he said she's the right person for me because he wanted to start a new branch in Nashik for that NBFC. And dear friends, that's how finally my career started ticking. I did well for a certain point of time, and then again came a dip. Somehow, like I said, I kept learning along the way on the mistakes that I made, what I should do, what I should not do. That's how after 10 years, I could land a job in my dream company. For people who are here who know finance, can definitely vouch for this, that there's no better person to learn it from than Mr. Deepak Parekh. So that was my ultimate. I wanted to work with this brand because somehow the brand is connected to him and I could do that. Then from there, of course, I started my business and did whatever. But while I was doing my HDFC job, I found a mentor of life. I found someone who could guide me, help me. And what was the most important thing that he did to me was, he made me realize my true potential.
Very true.
If I wouldn't have found that person in my life, I wouldn't have encountered my mentor.
Absolutely.
Dear friends, I would still be struggling in some corporate somewhere, trying to create my own space, being insecure with the challenges of what's happening in my career, with things going up and down, like I kept sailing up and down in my career. So thanks to my mentor, here I am, that I have an opportunity to coach such amazing people who are doing so well in their life and career.
In fact, why I was laughing when she was sharing, I'm sure so many of you out there who are right now listening and who are going to listen to this later are going to relate with this, okay? That, oh God, the same happened with me. I wish I could have mentored. I wish I could have met a mentor. My life would have been much better, or I would have seen success much faster. Okay.
I agree.
That's exactly like in my case, like my first job was what? In a garment manufacturing machine, unit. What am I doing there? I'm doing a job of a helper, being a graduate. Can you believe that? And not only that, my job was cleaning the tables, machines, lifting luggage. That's what I was doing. But my mentor made me realize one thing, because I'd almost given up feeling that, okay, this is what my life is. And this is what I'm going to do. Some are going to manage myself. But he made me realize one thing. He said, you have massive potential. And one day you're going to be a millionaire. One day you're going to do a massive, great job. And he made me believe again and again and again in that potential. And most important, he made me tap that potential time and again. Whenever that I was stuck, he made me tap that potential. He made me tap that potential. And due to which, today I'm leading this great life. I'm coaching so many people. I'm doing such great in my life. It's because of my mentor. That is the one most important reason that you need a mentor.
So Minesh, great to have you here, and all those 15, 16 people whom I cannot see. I would really want to know from you.
Yes.
Have you ever had a mentor in life? Someone who helped you, coached you, guided you, or anchored you in very different forms.
Different forms.
There are various ways and various stages of life that we need such a person.
Yes.
Did you ever have such a person in your life who mentored you, or you got mentored under that person and life changed for you?
Absolutely.
Your career took a different space or a different direction? If yes, then please share with us. I'm really looking forward to your comments in the comment section.
Yes.
So dear friends, that brings us to the point. Why do we need a mentor or a coach in life? Technically speaking, there will be a difference between a coach and a mentor, but today I don't want to get into that details. I feel both of them are almost doing the same job.
Yeah.
So why is it important to have the mentor and a coach in life? Like we just said, the most important thing, a mentor or a coach
helps us to tap our fullest potential.
So you may not realize how good you are, but your mentor makes that happen, right? Because he sees something in you which probably you may not have seen in yourself.
Absolutely, I completely agree.
So first thing is to help you understand your fullest potential.
Potential.
The second job that a coach does is he helps you set some amazing goals.
Yes.
He helps you clarify the direction that you want to take and some milestones in your
Yes.
life that you can achieve. Now, he's just not helping you set those goals, but he's there alongside with you, working with you to help you achieve those goals.
Absolutely correct.
So what does a mentor or a coach do? He helps you identify, set some goals, some milestones in your life, in your career, and then he helps you work with you so that you can achieve these
Absolutely.
goals.
And you know what is the most beautiful thing here? He's not setting goals which are easy for you. Okay. Like my mentor has been, I know, every year he set goals for me. In fact, now he's a common mentor and every year he set goals for us. And I'll tell you, the goal is never simple. It's really very difficult, very hard. But you know what? That's the beauty, because the goal is here. We also rise above it. And that's how we are able to tap our potential. And he's with us constantly, helping us to achieve our goals.
So, you know, when you decide a goal and which is really big, the first question mark that comes, can I do it? Am I capable? Am I good enough? So the next role of a coach is he or she helps you build that confidence, that conviction in life,
Yes.
which stems from that person helping you identify what are your strengths, what are your core strengths in life,
Yes.
what are some amazing skill sets that you've developed while working alongside in so many years. What is your expertise? What are you really good at? And when he does that, and not only does that, he makes you aware and realize. So maybe I know, but I really don't know, right? There are so many things we know, but we don't believe in it.
Yep.
So knowing is when I really start believing. So he not only shows it as a framework, but makes me believe in my potential. And that's how I start working towards my goals, which one day seemed impossible. Now I believe that I'm capable enough to achieve them.
Absolutely.
So identifying my strengths, my skills, my talent, my expertise is the role of the
Absolutely.
mentor.
And most important, he also ensures, he or she, the mentor, also ensures that you are in a peak emotional state. Because if you're not able to handle with your emotions, if you're not able to deal with your emotions, and if you're going to be low in emotions all the time, you will not be able to make it. You will not be able to reach on your destination. You will give it half the way. Or rather, you waste a lot of your time and decades in just getting into that low emotional state. And that's what mentor also does. He ensures that he's able to help you and guide you. And how do you be on a peak emotional state? My mentor has done this for years.
So, you know, dear friends, there's a very wrong myth attached to this. When someone says I'm emotional, people believe he's very sensitive. He cannot achieve much. He stays low.
Yeah.
But I feel that's a wrong thing. Emotional means positive emotions. So I always felt my core strength is my emotions of passion, energy, enthusiasm, always believing that there is a way.
Emotion to connect to people, emotion
Absolutely
to feel
right.
people suffering and pain. And that is why we are here, because COVID brought us to that state that we need to serve people and go all out there and help everyone, because everybody cannot afford us. Everybody cannot reach out to us. We can reach out to them. We can give them free.
So love, warmth, compassion, joy,
Happiness.
energy, enthusiasm, absolutely happiness. These are some emotions which you need to cultivate.
Yes.
And that again is the role where the coach plays. He identifies which is your emotional home, where are you staying? And he helps you create a new emotional home, which is going to help you along the path to ace in your career.
Absolutely.
So how do you use your emotions to be successful in your career is a role that is played by your coach or your mentor. Another important role, I believe, and he's done it for both of us, right, is that in this world where there's so much of distraction and so many people who are demanding your attention all the time, the first thing is this.
We live in a world of distraction, diversification. It is so difficult to concentrate or focus because there are so many distractions.
Right? So the first thing, ting, ting in the morning, notifications start hitting you and you're out there forgetting what you want to do with life. You're actually replying to your WhatsApp messages or looking to your social media and whatever, blah, 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 and then going to the office and the family. So constantly there is someone demanding your attention. Now, amidst all those distractions and demands from other people's life, how do you remain focused on what you want to achieve?
Yes.
So your mentor makes that happen. Your coach makes that happen because he holds you accountable.
Absolutely.
There are so many times while I'm coaching my client, it's like, did you do your assignment? Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't make it happen. And I make them do it then and there. And time and again, with each session and with the reminder calls, I ensure that they are on the track to achieve their goals.
Yes.
Don't we all know that we need someone who's holding us accountable, and that's how we can continue our journey. So the coach holds you accountable for your own goals.
Yeah.
Believe me, he's one person or she's one person who's interested in the growth of your own life.
Absolutely.
In your happiness, in your success. That coach is more committed to that than you yourself.
That's the agenda coach and mentor has. How do I make this person successful? How do I make this person happy? That's the agenda the coach or the mentor has. So that is all. Why do you need a coach? Now there's a... Yeah.
So I just reiterate for people who have joined just now,
please,
that you need a mentor to help you tap your fullest potential. You need a mentor to be able to have clarity towards your destination or goals. You need a coach who's going to help you, walk with you together to achieve those goals.
Yeah.
It's a coach who's defining what are those emotions required and how can you develop them.
Yes.
Because emotions is a fuel to move ahead towards your
True.
destination. So what's going to be your new emotional home? It's your coach who builds that confidence, that conviction in you that you can go out there
and you can make it.
Yes, that impossible goal, you can achieve it.
Yes.
And of course, finally, he's that one person who's holding you accountable towards your dreams.
And he's keeping you focused, because
Yes.
we are in the world of distraction and too much of demanding attention. Okay. And that's what he or she does. So this is all about why you need the coach. Now there is a very important question. What age
do you need a coach? Right?
Fact remains, yes. The answer is very simple. You need a coach your entire life. But
two crucial phases when you definitely should look out for some expert guidance.
Yes.
One stage is like I couldn't figure out whether to do electronics or maths or MBA.
Absolutely.
If I had someone that time who would have told, look, this is who you are. These are your strengths. These are your weaknesses. This is your motivation. This is your drive. You will be really successful in this area.
Yes.
I'm sure I would have grown 10 times than what I was. Instead of just figuring out my way, I would have taken a chosen path.
Yes.
So that's a great stage to hire someone to look out for a professional guidance. So a mentor or a coach is required when you're starting your career. It could be in your graduation, pre-graduation, when you're choosing a subject.
Yeah, very true, very true.
Or once you have chosen a subject and you still have time to change your direction in your career.
Yes.
That's the first time when you really need an intervention of a coach. The second I feel, so, people are lucky, they find a job, they're happy, they're progressing, they're growing, there's energy, enthusiasm at that stage, and everyone is seeing growth in their life. And then comes a stage 12 to 15 years down the line in your career, which is called as mid-age crisis.
Yes.
Where your career has stabilized and then it's got stagnant.
Yes.
You know internally you're not really adding value. You know that you're not growing very much.
Very true.
The company has given you enough money which can run your life. That is why you cannot give up on the job, because all the money that is coming is taking care of everything of your life. So you cannot give up on the job, but you know you cannot continue.
You are stuck because of one reason. You are in an extreme comfort zone. That's where you get into. And that's the time you are not knowing what to do, because you know why? Neither you are extremely happy, nor you're extremely unhappy. You're pretty much in a zone where things are going like this. You know, it's comfortable. It's going on. And that's the time when you need someone, probably at the age of 35.
Yeah, so ideally 35 to 50.
50.
People get stuck in this particular age. For women, it starts from 35. For men, it probably would be at the age of 40. But yes, variations are always there depending on the circumstances. So dear friends, that age, and that's where I really specialize. I coach people at that mid-age where they've seen growth. They have seen, they've been a hero in their company. They have achieved accolades, recognition, rewards. People are talking about them, and then all of a sudden they see their juniors growing beyond them, right? And they feel that there's something which is not okay. The company is taking them for granted and they get stuck.
Very true.
That stagnation of career is my core expertise. I love helping people in that stage of life where they again renew their energy, their enthusiasm, the vigor,
Absolutely.
the passion towards their career. And when they restart, they take a beautiful direction, which is much higher than where they were.
Very
And
true.
they land in an absolutely different
Career.
zone altogether.
Absolutely.
So that's another crucial stage where you need a career coach
Yes.
or a mentor to guide you.
Absolutely.
So we know why we need a mentor. We know when we need a mentor. Now, the last thing, how do we find a coach?
How do we find a coach? What should be a criteria of selecting a coach?
So, dear friends, first thing to really identify what's your problem. You may not be able to define it in a very specific way, but you'll generally have an idea of what's happening with you.
True.
What's really keeping you unhappy at the job. Then, thankfully to this virtual world, thankfully to Google Baba, thankfully to this professional world of LinkedIn,
Yes.
you can research, is there someone who's providing services in that area? Now, once you find, I'm sure you'll have many names. Then it's about really screening down which is the best person for you. I know it will be an effort, but believe me, it'll be worth the effort.
Absolutely.
So one, really look at what the person is talking about. What has he been talking about lately? Is it really resonating with you? Does he really understand your problem or your situation? Second way to test it is really go through the recommendation page.
Yeah.
The testimonials that the client has given him. Are those the results that you're trying to achieve?
Yes.
And if the coach has been able to help others achieve the result that you're seeking, then that's a right place to go.
Absolutely. I think most important thing is, where do you want to reach? What do you want to become? Has the coach already been there? Has the coach already reached there? Has the coach helped others to be there and reach there? That is something very important. Because if a coach, he or she is not able to achieve that, not able to reach there, and it's only going to give you studying some theoretical books and trying to give you some theory, it is not going to help, because that you can anyhow read. Google will give you all the required things for theory. But someone who's actually reached there, someone who's actually been there, that person is the right person who can coach you.
So looking at those testimonials, recommendations,
Yes.
looking at what the mentor is, the coach has been talking about, is it resonating with you? Then it's a first step to really try talking or connecting to the coach. Now, there are various ways this can be done. You'll find most of the times, these people are offering a complimentary session.
Absolutely.
That's the best way. It's a free thing. You can connect to that person and see whether the vibes are
True.
connecting. Do you feel that that person has understood your situation? If you feel, then you can invest in it.
Yes.
There's another way of doing it. Attend webinars. There are so many times webinars are happening, small workshops are happening. Attend the workshop
Very true.
and see whether you can form a connect. Because a coach should definitely be a person whom you can connect with, whom you can go and share your information in absolute confidence. So if you feel you can trust that person in that
True.
first meeting, that first workshop, that first complimentary session or the webinar, then that's the right person you can go to and hire him to take your career into the right direction.
Yes.
That is where you start acing your career once again. So dear friends, you know why you need a mentor. You know what stage you need a mentor, and you know how to really find a coach or a mentor in life. Believe me, it's worth investing that money, that time, that energy towards this entire process, because all the people I've coached and me myself, I know life becomes so happening, fulfilling, and you grow at an absolutely different pace altogether. True. Tell me, who would like to drive a Maruti 800 if he's going to get a chance to drive a Mercedes on an express highway? So if you want to experience that kind of pace in your career, then the time is right to reach out to someone who can guide you, help you move out from the zone that you're stuck or stagnating and start acing your career once again.
The most important thing that I want to end here, you're not saying come to us.
Absolutely.
We are already pretty much booked. We're not talking that please come to us. What we are saying is that you need a coach. That's the point. Go and hire a coach. Ensure that you're hiring the right coach, because one wrong coach can actually ruin your life altogether. So please go out there, go and hire a coach, because that is that one person who can take your life to a different level, who can take your career to a different level and much faster than what you will do on your own. I'm not saying you may not do it on your own. You might do it. But you know what? Beautifully, I've been reading a lot of successful people, and I've not met even one successful person who did not have a coach in his or her life. They always had a coach or a mentor in their life. Like our coach, we have a coach, and he's, Tony Robbins, we are following. He has so many mentors and coaches in his life. And that is why he's reached where he's lived. So friends, that's what we wanted to share with you.
So the choice is yours.
Absolutely.
Whether you jump into a pond, try and manage and survive, or hire a coach, learn swimming, and go and swim in the best oceans in the world.
Yes.
And experience fulfillment, vigor, energy, enthusiasm, and passion towards life, which will take you to maybe 100% change in the way you would have lived your life or gone through the journey of your career.
True.
That's it from us. We'll see you again next Friday.
Next Friday, 9 p.m. with another topic. And anybody has anything that they want to ask us, you can please write us and you can come to talk to us, free sessions that we do. And also if you want us to share some topic here, please give us, we will love to, because many of the topics people share, like, all these topics are not only our topics, these are the topics that, people give us. These are the topics that we've learned from our clients. And that's how we come back to you again and again. So once again, thank you so much for joining us. God bless you. Bye-bye. Good night. See you next Friday.
Bye-bye.